Hi anyone who is joining me already, welcome to WARNO Wednesday as always. I'm already in a server, let me stick the invite code in for people. It was the only server that was up, no one wants to play on Pack today. Where are we at? There we go, let me stick this in chat for anyone who does want to join. And that is the invite code. It is one of the Eugen... It is the most full server, Eugen 03 all maps 10v10. Anyone who wants to join via the lobby system. I hope everyone is doing well. I think I've posted everywhere that I'm streaming. I'm sure we will have some people joining, though. It's quiet on WARNO this week. Only 568 people online. So not very many people at all. Much quieter this week. Could be because of holidays. Could be because there has been a patch in a while. The list of reasons goes on. You can tell it's quieter because it's taking longer for servers to fill up. That's the other thing. Noticed actually the War Yes guys and stuff like that, and SDL has been a lot quieter the last couple of weeks, I think, because people are on holiday more than anything else. We are filling up very slowly. Very, very slowly. Finally, there we go. That took a while. I feel like I've been sat there for ages. Lobby Simulator. Everybody's favourite game. I know some people, I like the lobbies. I like a game to have a lobby system. I'm not against it having quick play stuff as well, but I would hate for all games to lose their lobby system. I think there's, you know, good reasons to have a lobby system. Maybe it's just me. Right. Let's see where we end up. We've taken the 35th. It's a nice deck to deal with pretty much anything on any map. And this map definitely needs it. So I'm almost tempted to go over here because I very rarely do that. Though all of the forest are a nightmare. Someone's marked up. There we go. Okay, so we've got someone going over there. I did see briefly someone put something down here. I think I'll just have to be bold and put a marker down and help people come. Oh, there we go. Someone's going in the middle. Okay. And someone's coming over here. I'm going to go and help this person. Because we will need two people there. Where is the fastest place to get into here? Is it just this road, or you're better off going up here somewhere? Gudas is putting stuff down here. We're not going to end up with everyone on this side of the map, are we? Yeah, Gudas is putting loads of stuff down there. So if they're going there, I'll go over this side. I'll go to here then instead. Because it's not good everyone going the same way. It's not going to work well. Let's go. A couple of Sapri RPOs down. A couple of SPG9s. Look for a Spetsnaz. Probably some Desert Nicky in the BMDs, but they're a bit slow, so they can go further back. Recon, I'm going to Spetsnaz Gru, and then Rozvedka as well. We do want some AA, so we'll get a couple of Skrizet with Igla, and they can go at the back, and then a couple of Strellas back here. And then we probably just want some more infantry, really, don't we? I probably want to bring a command too. A little command come here. You can come in there. Spetsnaz are expensive. We will take a couple of Spetsnaz. I will regret it. I mean, everything is just... I'm taking Metis because I anticipate that I can get to here. I'm hoping I can get to here and then just have something that can fire across that field. And the Metis is good for that. Strela will be coming up the rear very poorly. No one's gone here. So we're already in trouble. How many people went to this side? Gudas went there. Only 2 went there. 2 people... No, 3 people have gone there. 2 people have gone there. So we've got no one in center. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. I doubt very much I'm going to be able to pivot there, depending on how many people I've got to deal with here. Usually end up with a couple of people here. I do want to bring in some more recon back here as well, just to cover this rear bit. I mean, yeah. I mean, one of you two are pretty experienced players, so one of you could have gone there. I can't be in 2 places at once, but you two could have split up. I've seen those guys in other games. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Let's just get everyone in and spread out, and then we will see where we get to. Let's bring in another Strela. Let's deploy everyone. So Sapri RPO. Let's just get these guys spread out. Spetsnaz group pushing up the middle. Metis. Actual Spetsnaz squad that way. SPG-9 squad. The SPG-9 actually will come and sit over here. Hey Lightning, how are you doing? It is indeed an infantry blob, as ever. I think this division is just an infantry blob, really, isn't it, to be fair? I'm going to bring my command to a silly place. Right. How are we looking? So, these Rozvedka are going to come up to here. So, they've got to there. Hey, Grigory, thank you for subscribing with your Prime, dude. That's very kind. Ah! Well, that would be some Hueys. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if they air rush me, I'm in trouble. Because it's a forest. Let's, in that case, let's bring in for Afghansky. I have visions of them misbehaving now. Yeah, they're mortaring us. Let's just push up. Let's just push up. Screw it. You get Alpha Call there. Metis get over here. Skrizet get here. Strela get there. Spetsnaz are going to go there. You're going to go there. We're probably going to want some logistics up here. Oh. You might have subscribed and it ran out? I think it only lasts a month, the thingy. Okay, I'm against 2 people, so this is going to go badly. If they know how to play, this is going to go very badly. You guys get in. I'm going to need you guys. Spetsnaz get in here. You guys get in. Spetsnaz OP are good. You guys are stood in flames, so you might want to pull back. You guys get around there. BMD get around there. You pull back. You're okay. You get up here. Strela can push up. I'm getting hit with Nighthawks. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna survive this if they're gonna Nighthawk me to death. I'm winning the ground war, which is quite nice. Can't see anything up here though. Need to kill the Air Max quickly. I'm going to need to tank in. Just bring in a B because they're going to keep hitting me with if they keep hitting me with bombers, I'm not going to survive that anyway. We're going to need more logistics. Just keep a constant stream of logistics coming in. Let's get that vehicle up there. Hey, Stal. No, it's Gregory. It's very kind of you anyway. Thank you for subscribing. Well, thank you for sparing your Amazon Prime sub. That's very nice. I have more infantry on the way. Good. You guys pull back. We'll wait for these guys to arrive. Yeah, I'm going to all come out up there. Were there infantry here? I don't remember. You guys go up there. One of you stay here, rearm that. Afghansky can push up here. You guys deploy there. You guys will also deploy here. That's them scouting to see where to hit with the mortars. Come on, SPG-9. Yes! Well done. You earned yourself a supply vehicle. Sapri RPO can push up. Split them 2 squads over this way. See, this is why I have scouts at the back. That's why I have scouts at the back, yeah? Send a squad of Spetsnaz to defend that. I'm gonna need more logistics. Infantry coming in. Well, that's Skrizet, go. Good unit. Get a BMD and Nicky BMD over there. We've got these guys here. I mean, all I'm going to be able to do at this side probably is hold. I'm not going to be pushing against two people. Okay. So they brought in a chopper as well. Fair enough. I mean, that it is what it is. Melt that command, melt that command, melt that command. The Nighthawk does go down. That's good. Melt the commander, melt the commander, melt the commander. Everybody fire at that command. He's dead, good. Get back out the way of the incoming. You guys pull back. You guys get over here. Doesn't Nicky BMD push up? This is literally just here to defend the back bit from those scouts. You guys are going to deploy there to protect that. Oh no, in fact, just go there and deploy. There we go. Yeah, everything's weird on this hill. Everything is weird on this hill. Oh shit. They got stuff around behind me as well. This is the problem. I just don't have enough units. So they managed to take stuff off me around here. And now come the heavy hogs. I mean, I can't fight two people. And choppers, pull back, pull back, pull back. I need an assist over here, guys. I'm not that good. I can't fight two people for extended periods. Not in a forest fight like this. My infantry's dead. Yeah, suicide jet, unfortunately. I mean, my infantry's gone. I mean, we're losing anyway. I thought we were going to lose because all of the high-level people were on the other team, which generally happens. The only high-level people we got were these guys. The guys with SOV, the Soviet flag. But I've seen them play before, and they're usually pretty good, but they seem to be struggling a bit today. But we're going to have to play really defensively, I think. Even more defensively than I was. Like, if they get into the point, we're just going to have to bombard it. And that'll be that. Because I'll be out of infantry before we get anywhere else. Sadly. I mean, I'm impressed. I held off 2 or 3 attack waves before they eventually killed me with the choppers. But it's, as you say, it's very hard on this hill because of the vision. I will put 1 squad of Spetsnaz over there. The other squad will come up here. BMD can sit there. The tank can come back here. Those have supplies left. Those do not. So we'll hit auto supply. It went round my other units. Interesting. Spetsnaz can reveal them. Who was Strela? Wrong place, wrong time. Oh, he's going to get out alive. BMD will not do well against those guys. I mean, yeah. I don't have enough AA up here. I'm just a little bit outgunned now. Once they ate through my infantry. That was that. While I'm streaming, I'm not going to be on Discord, dude. But do feel free for anyone else who wants to go on the Discord and chat. Come on, Spetsnaz. Mortaring us, so we're just going to charge at them. Doesn't matter now anyway, the game's over. I mean, I think I did pretty well there. I held them back for a very long time before they actually finally got in. But at this point, there's nothing I can do. See if we can get a carpet bomb on this area. Well, a bomber. But I just... Hang on, is that a different player? Is it 3 now here? I don't remember that being the person who I saw earlier. I've left that too late to change the targeting. Yeah. Yeah, no chance. I left that far too late to change my targeting on that command. Never mind. I had a feeling we were going to lose right from the start. You can tell when there's a huge amount of high-level players on one team, and on the other team it's a lot of low-level players, it tends to just go that way, sadly. But just out of interest with the kills and losses. No, it was just the 2 players I was against. Oh dear. Well, it is what it is. Oh no, there was 3 different players there at one point or another. 4 players. I was fighting 4 different players. 4 different players. Wow. There you go. Stal's in. You gotta be quick if you want in. It is full. Let's switch to Eugen02 all maps 10v10, guys, because that one's just full, so no one's going to get in. I will put the invite code in. I didn't even look at the map, but Rift. Fair enough. Yeah, I had the kills there. There were 4 different people killing my stuff. Well, yeah, fair enough. I'm not that good. No way am I that good. Rift is a funny map. I'm not playing the 35th on Rift. This is definitely tank territory. I mean, I'm leaning towards... I think 39th is kind of the... Yeah, I think 39th is probably a good one. At least we get a few T80s. I can see a couple of people going 119th, which makes sense on this map as well. We'll have a short wait for it to fill up, but people will, I'm sure, join us shortly. I half expected Tally to be on tonight. He said he got back to the UK today and he was eager to play some WARNO. I mean, that was the first thing he was wanting to do. It's dedication to WARNO, that. I don't think he's even online on Discord, though. $119th just have really good tanks. I mean, the T80 UD is insanely good. It was genuinely a nightmare to kill. Genuinely a nightmare to kill. Remember, there was a time when the HA was the one I dreaded. But now, honestly, it's the UD. If I fear anything, it's the UD. Oh yeah, big laser guided bomber will do the job. You gotta have eyes on it constantly, though, or the bombs end up missing. So it depends who you're playing against. I found a lot of people are very careful with their UDs. At least, the people who play well, they keep them safe all the time. Still spaces if anyone wants in. We are in Eugen 02. All maps 10v10. Basically, as ever, we just let Stal do all the work and win the game. And the rest of us just kind of sit back and let him do all the hard work. Because while we're still struggling to get out of the first point, he's already at their base. You lost both Leo 2A4s to one strike. Well, they parked on top of each other. Like, literally. And they must have been really close. It always amuses me, Stal, that you're like only level 20 in this. I feel like you should be like level 40 or something. It always amuses me when you see the odd person that's like level 100, who's obviously edited their files. Okay. One space left. Almost full. We are full. Yeah, the levels in the game don't indicate skill at all. Because you can reset, like, people can mess with the files and reset them and stuff. You can't always judge based on that. God, it's such an open map, isn't it? I mean, Chariot and Fedor are like tank country. Center's a mixed bag. Anna, tank country. Elena, tank country. It's all tank land. I will come and give you a hand, Grigory. I have the power of ATGM. But yeah, there's very little cover at that side. But I do have my lovely ATGMs. Oh wait, is someone called... Why is Toxic Meltdown putting stuff here as well? I might go Elena then. Because that's going to be... The middle is going to be hurting if I don't. Fine. If he's going there with you, I'll go to Elena. Because otherwise it's going to be a shit show over there. So I will go and help in the middle. Can I put my conkers up here and my recon? Love to get into that building there. Is anyone else going into that building? Yeah, someone else is actually. Okay, that's fine. We'll get into the tree line instead. I don't mind. I mean, getting some conkers over there would be good. Where's this guy going with all of these? He hasn't given any commands yet. Well, I'm going to send a couple of conkers around here as well. And then I'm going to send some AA with them. Strela wouldn't have been given an order there. Okay. Right, I'm going to hang on to my points and just see where people put stuff at the minute, because it feels a little bit all over the place. And then I can call in where it's needed, rather than just pile stuff into the center right now. But if I can get this just a little bit locked down to provide some cover with the ATGMs from the conkers. And then I can see where they hit. / where they helo rush. Hey Phoenix, how are you doing, man? Are you joining us this week? Are you busy this week? I know you tried last week, but you had a crash, didn't you? Oh, they're already here. Move everything across here. What's that firing? Oh, there's a cluster firing at the back there. Helos at that side, but nothing too exciting. Shooter there. Might actually just go all the way along this road, you know. Because they've only got that there. A helo would kill that. Hang on. Ooh, I've only got expensive helos. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is pricey. I mean, I can honestly say it's been well worth the money, but yeah, it's one of those modern games that's very expensive. But yeah, it is expensive. I think there's a lot of people in the same situation, especially at the moment with things being how they are in general. I think this guy maybe needs some help. Let's go over here. T80 PV. We'll go and help that guy. I think we will, in general, I think this side is going to be okay. Attack, move that to there. Igla can come across to here. You deploy there. Svedka are going to push up to there. This little vehicle is going to drive to here and then to there. Conkers is going to come at the front. Leo 2A3 is there. This guy, yeah, this guy needs help. So we will go here. He's getting hit with a lot of arty and stuff. We will probably need some arty to pummel this forest. It's not the most fair point, this, because they've got a huge forest, like forest area there. I'd say huge. It's big enough to hide a lot of units. So we'll get some artillery in. Ooh. That's rude. Anyone would think they were trying to kill my units. So, question is the best way to kill these guys. I mean, the tanks are going to push up and assist. That's for sure. We need recon up here. That's what we don't have up here, isn't it? BRM1. And MI2 at the back. And Svedka. Let's come down here. We should be able to get in range of those mech rifles. Here we go. We need another tank up here. These guys run on control group 1. Let's just start lighting them up with the artillery. This is just going to stay here as a defensive force. I'm not going to move them. How do we not have command in there? We're doing alright at the other side, I think. They're currently +2 though. We need to get back in this point. We also need the middle point. There's a command coming in. He's already moved those, but that's fine. That's kind of what I expected. That's artillery coming in on the Strela. And down here. Hang on, back off. Gotta keep stuff moving. There's going to be a lot of artillery from them, I guess. Need the recon up here, though. There's an Apache knocking about over there. Fly. You get over there. Let's Vedka come down here. All this stuff pushing around the side there. Oh, that's my Conkers getting melted by Leo 2A3s. Unsurprisingly. I mean, this is going to be tank wall in the middle, isn't it? It's the only way we're going to push through. Tanks and dodging artillery. Unless you're 25 AT ready. Because we will eventually need it. Alright, are we ready to lose a tank? We have to poke sooner or later. And this is the only way we're going to do it. Yeah, Lim, I know. But if we don't, we have to get into this point. We have to get into this point. Yeah, Lim, I know. I'm watching what I'm doing. I'm watching what I'm doing. What do you want to wait for? Scare the crap out of those Tortus, shall we? Oh, please tell me I killed that. Please tell me I killed that. Hopefully. Need some logistics. Otherwise I won't be able to smoke again. Got some arty on that guy. Oh, he's in trouble. Yeah, he's dead. There's Apache up there. Need some more Eaglers up here. I wasn't watching him. I've got my tanks spread out a bit here. And the Apaches are a problem. Apache coming in. Missing, thankfully. Lots of arty, lots and lots of arty. Need more logistics. Well, all the artillery coming in on his infantry. Oh, my Strela went into that, my bad. My units are still alive down here, surprisingly. Oh, they were alive. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to them. Superior artillery players winning here massively. Got the T-62s in as well now. You're going on a road trip, you say, Phoenix? Where are you going to on your road trip? You're a warrior then. Oh, Strela. My bad. I hadn't moved you. You're probably going to die. Oh, artillery game. Chicago. Never been. Heard good things though.
Противник по курсу, к работе готов. На связи. Меняю позицию. Готовьтесь, противник замечен.
Another rough game. It's going to be one of those weeks where we lose every game. We managed to hold that one, which is good.
Товарищ командир, день твой последний приходит, буржуй! Красная армия всех сильней! Проверка связи, прием! У нас потери! Враг в поле зрения. По местам! Задним ходом марш! Жду новых указаний!
I mean, it's just like... You move a unit into the line of sight and it's just artillery. That's the only thing I hate about normal. I wish there was a limit on how much artillery you could field in a game. That's the only thing I really hate in this game is artillery and how ridiculous it is. Because it just becomes who can spam the most artillery. And that's what it is right now. If I move something, artillery. Oh dear. And I'm not a great artillery player. So, at least not in this game. And the other side's gone anyway. Poor Grigory's having a hard time over there, clearly. Nice kill on the tank there. I wonder if I've got an infantry commander. I do. Let's see if I can get an infantry commander just to stand in the corner of the point. I mean, the mortars I'm not really bothered about. They're not going to scare my tanks. I'm more interested in taking out those.
Готов к бою.
Are they moving their artillery? I don't know if they are or not.
Болванка в танк ударила!
Let's find out.
Силовое обеспечение на связи. Ждем цели указания. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
I wonder if we're better off trying to push somewhere else. Because getting through here, with all those Apaches there, it's going to be really, really difficult. And there's, you know, there's 3 players here covering each other. We just don't have the numbers.
Враг в поле зрения. Сделаем, товарищ командир. Вижу контакт. Есть цель, командир. Ведем наблюдение за небом. Принял. Делаем. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Вижу контакт.
Hey Hawker, no, that's the problem, is the RT. If it's really frustrating in 10v10s in this game. I really just I wish that there was a limit to how much RT the team could bring in or something. Like there was some kind of limitation on numbers, or I do wish that, because it's
Нужны боеприпасы. Служу Советскому Союзу. По нам ведут сильный огонь. Ожидаем цели указания.
I mean, the Apaches are a big issue as well, because you can't easily deal with them because they have ECM, and missiles miss choppers too much anyway. I'm in a complaining mood tonight.
Ожидаем цели указания. Нас заметили. Слушаем ваши указания.
Oh wow, we got a hit. That's impressive.
Товарищ командир, по цели.
The tanks, please focus that down.
Молодец, наводчик. Орудие.
And my tank died because the Apaches killed it. I mean, yeah. TOW2s and Apaches with Hellfires. I'm not really on open ground without cover. We're not pushing this side. I could suicide some jets into them, but I'd literally be suiciding the jets. I think it's what it's going to have to be, though. Screw it. Let's go, guys.
Товарищ командир. Черт, мне сильно досталось.
There's a lot of AA there.
Командир, полетное задание получено.
Eagles.
Борт поврежден. Ухожу домой. Ведем наблюдение за небом.
Well, we badly damaged one, but yeah, not enough. Not enough.
Понял. Меняю позицию. Отбой.
Australia's going to die to the TOW2.
Артиллерия.
I'm not good enough with my arty because I don't like playing that way, I guess.
Орудия проверены и готовы. Всем залечь. Добавим огневой мощи. Газ заряжен. К бою готов.
I don't think Vapor's firing very hard. I don't think he gets that the game's pretty much over anyway. They are clusters with artillery. Simple as that. And they're doing he's doing a very good job babysitting his longbows. Yeah, there goes one of our guys. I mean, suicide jets, let's go. I'm gonna go for the tank. I'm going for the Apache. Suicide jets. Nice job. Hey, got some hits. Well, we're out of cheap AA, sadly, but never mind. Here comes the RT again. Do they really have eyes on all my tanks up there? Maybe they could see them up there. That's a bit weird. They were maybe visible, but that's very, very specific place to use a cluster arty. The amount of arty. I mean, that poor guy. Every time he's moved infantry in, he's immediately got hit by like 3 players worth of arty. Again, we were sort of in a situation where tonight it seems to be playing true that the team with the higher level players is the team that's winning. It's just one of those nights, I guess. We could do with some of the War Yes guys coming and joining us. I don't know where they are tonight. Where is Lathans when you need him to hold your hand? I was debating running my command in there, but there's no chance he's going to get in there. That was my whole plan, was I was going to try and run him in there, but It's just not going to happen. I mean, look at the amount of arty just constantly coming in. I mean, yeah. There's the one thing I really just hate playing against that much arty. It's not a fun game. I'd rather we were engaging our units and having fun. This game just becomes pointless. I mean, move a unit, get arty'd. Move a unit, get arty'd. Don't move a unit, get arty'd. It's not fun, it's just boring. I admittedly, I kind of gave up about 10 minutes ago. I just want the game to be over now. It's going to be one of those weeks where the games are just crap. There's less people playing, so I guess we have more people who are the regulars who just want to spam arty, spam arty, spam arty. Chased away all the other players. The only person who managed to hold the line is Stal. I mean, that says it all. The only person who can hold the line is a 1v1 tournament player. These guys managed to push back in there, but you're just delaying the inevitable, guys. The game's over. Let's go and see what's happening over here. Mass ATGM wars. I mean, this map's probably one of the worst maps in the game because of it's just a load of open ground. It's a weird map. Considering most of the maps have more stuff on, so you can utilize more units. Here it's like tanks, ATGMs, artillery, tanks, ATGMs, artillery, maybe a couple of choppers, more tanks, ATGM and artillery, and maybe a couple of jets. It is a weird map, considering it's the only map they have that's really like this, funnily enough. It's also not a very balanced map. So like Chariton, for example, there's this massive forest area at this side, and nothing at that side. And then here, you've kind of got a smattering of buildings all the way through, but they're certainly closer to that edge. Here you've got more foresty sort of line, at least at that side. You've got a little bit that sticks through there to put a command or something in. Obviously, good artillery target. But there's just a couple of inconsistencies on the map and the points that are a bit weird. There we go, finally over. Yeah, that wasn't a fun game. That was not a fun game. Let's have a look. Unless we can get some more players in, we're just going to get smashed by the same guys again. So let's leave this game and let's have a look for another one. Otherwise, we're just going to get hammered by the same people again. They obviously know what they're doing. We get the idea. You can use your artillery. What other ones have we got? I don't think there's any more all maps 10v10, so we might have to do an all maps 10v10 tactical, which I'm not bothered by. I quite like the tacticals. Less artillery. Less artillery, and I know a lot of people like the standard 10v10s. That's why I started playing them more. Let's go for Eugen06 all maps 10v10 tactical, which is on Twin Cities. We'll stick the invite code in chat. Anyone who wants in? Still unpacked for some reason, but doesn't really matter what side we're on. I see a Phoenix. I'm going to invite Phoenix because he said he wanted to play. And he's probably wandered off away from his computer. And then he'll come back and we'll have started. Did anyone else try the Men of War 2 final playtest over the weekend, by the way? I know I put up a little video earlier just wondering what everyone else thought of it. That was part of the point in the video as well, I'm just curious. It was fun. It was fun. I had a few issues. Starting to fill up now. That's good. What deck should I play? Two cities. Should we go with the Berlin? KDA, Berlin. Berlin? Berlin have some decent stuff. We got the T-64. We got plenty of decent infantry. I don't go with the Berlin this time. The Berliner Gruppierung. Still not sure how I feel about the change of the name. I think I preferred the last one. Couple slots left for anyone who wants in. We are in Eugen 06, all maps 10v10 tactical. Space left. Very excited. On Friday, I should be getting my new internet connection. Very fancy, synchronous 1 gigabit up and down, which means I can upload my videos faster. Which is nice for me, because it means I can do other things, rather than just leave my computer uploading for an hour. And not being able to do any other online stuff. Okay. Oh, style is just, I'm going straight here. Okay. Where to go? Where to go? Greer's going there. I'm going to come and help Grigory here. So I'm going to bring some forward deploying SPG 9s and FSU Jaeger. Do I get any forward deployment? I do have forward deployment Strelas. Oops. Don't click the groups. I don't have any of those. Couple of Strelas. There we go. So these guys will attempt to get in the middle, I guess. Depends if they have forward deployment as well. That's going to be the big thing. I wonder if we can get away with getting a chopper in this city. That's probably in a tactical game. It's a waste of money, so we won't do that. As tempting as it is. Let's get an Igla down. This guy's bringing a Buratino to the city. That's probably not a bad idea, though. You know how I feel about the Buratino by now. Oh, sharpshooter. That can go up at the front as well. I will put that in a different building, actually. Because if I put it in that building, it's not going to be doing its best job. It wants to be somewhere tall. Stick it in there. Don't really want to tank up there, do I? Take a couple of Metis launches at the back. And a couple of Sapri RPO, because they're going to come in handy in the city. Let's get them up here as well. Has anyone bought a command? Oh, that guy's got a command, fine. Mr. Fake's sending a couple of recon units around there to guard that side, so that's good. Someone has thought about that. I just thought about it in the last second there. Is anyone watching that side? I don't have any ATGMs in here. I do have the fun guns, though. I'm going to get a gun in. Into there. So the aim will be to try and secure these buildings. And push through. Really depends if they've got forward deployment as well. Has anyone got a command coming in for that? I'll bring in a command for this back point as soon as I have enough money. We won't talk about the fact that those guys aren't moving. It's fine. Oh shit. Oh. That's alright, I just won't deploy that. Deploy, deploy, deploy. Engage, engage, engage. Lots of airborne. So yeah, we've got plenty of forward deployment stuff here. What happened to Grigory's units? Did you lose? Oh, you're back here, Grigory, with us. Okay. Okay, never mind then. I thought you'd gone at that side. But you have not. Okay. Well, we're already in a bad way. It's gonna helo in. None of this is actually cover, that is. Oh, yes, that's right. This is one of the SPG-9s have gone up in price. Oh, wow. One of our guys pushed all the way across to that side. That's... Well, that means there's nothing back here protecting us. Oh, nasty. Height matters in the sense that you have better line of sight, but not range. So it doesn't change your range, it gives you better line of sight around it. So, like if you're in that building, you can see over the other buildings. Whereas if you're down here in a little building, if I can find one, see, you can't see past anything down there. There you go, that one there. But if you're in the tall building, you can see past everything. Buratino got whacked because he got far too close to the city. Yeah. His Buratino got destroyed and he left. They're coming in at that side. I mean, I had a chopper come in here. It's already dead. Yeah. I think the best we can hope for here is to just defend this side. I'll bring some units in to do it. We're still in control at this point, funnily enough, but need to be careful about stuff going in because they've got ATGMs over there. Yeah, what you see is what you get. Higher buildings, just better line of sight. You can see out the top of the building effectively. Obviously, you're still blocked by other tall buildings. I'm not sure if the taller buildings get much of an advantage. I guess they do see a little bit further. See if we can get that back to rearm at that there. Right. So my plan here is just to defend. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Okay, so I just want to see what's coming at that side. I don't think there's anything else we're going to be doing there. We're going to lose this. Our team lost a lot of infantry here. I've lost a couple of squads, but sadly, one guy moved all of his units up here and they got blattered immediately. So We're doing great elsewhere. We're doing great elsewhere. Unfortunately, this didn't go well. I thought Grigory was going to go for this area, but he came in the back with the rest of us, so we actually lost this side initially. Grigory's managed to push back in there, though, which is really good. I would like my 30mm grenade launchers.
Geben Sie uns einfach ein Ziel. Feind gesichtet. Nachschub ist nicht alles, aber alles ist ohne Nachschub nichts.
Well, artillery is nasty, though.
Flankensicherung einsatzbereit.
Let's try and move my pack over there now.
Визуальный контакт с противником.
So we got some stuff coming in here. I'm going to bring in... Metis can get in there as well. They are going to hit this side pretty hard. I'm going to put out a warning and see if anyone sends us any help.
Кажется, это не наши.
Well, RPO are running away. Come on, get a kill on the Bradley. Come on, Metis. Make me proud.
Всем залезть.
Oh, you could just miss repeatedly. That too.
Готовиться к бою.
I mean, this is the kind of area I could bring a tank in. But I'm concerned about what's going on over here.
Саперный взвод построен и ждет
Yeah.
приказа.
I need artillery in, really.
Стреляют. Так им. Кажется, это
I
не
need to start hitting these buildings.
проверить снаряжение.
Is that cluster arty? It is cluster arty, thank God for that.
Sind schwer bewaffnet und bereit für etwas
We
Panzer.
can use that as much as they want. Here, they're going for the Buratino that's parked back there.
Враг в поле
How
зрения.
do they know the Buratino's there? Maybe it fired. They're pumping a lot into this side. There's 2 people there.
Hals und Beinbruch.
There's actually 2 people over here. That's really weird. That 2 people would bother more than anything else.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Spezialisten und sein Gewehr an. Wie im Leben. Hütet euch vor schönen Frauen und Technik, die die Russen bauen. Hit me auf your...
It's not a new map, it's an old map, but they've added it to 10v10.
Кажется, это не наши.
It's Twin Cities. It just wasn't in 10v10 before.
Проверить амуницию. Luft auf Meer unter starkem Beschuss! Hubschrauber überprüft und kann...
Wow, they're really pushing this side. It's kind of weird that they're pushing this side so hard. I mean, they're winning this anyway, I suppose, so it doesn't really matter.
Feind vernichtet. Transportировки готов. Sani, holt den Sani verdammt! Radarwarner aktiv. Feind
I don't know if they have any anti-air here. I'm sure they're bringing some in.
Sind schwer bewaffnet und bereit für etwas Panzerschrott.
I'll have a little poke.
Bereit für einen Streifzug.
Yeah, they have some AA at that side.
Neues Ziel auf dem Radar. Maximale Fluggeschwindigkeit. Bereit zur Dekomposition genossen. Такси заказывали.
They're hitting this pretty hard now.
Сильное сопротивление.
Most of their players seem to be hitting this side.
Нужно уходить отсюда.
There's the artillery coming in again. I mean, where do you fire your arty here? Screw it.
Склонение 10 градусов. Огонь! Hütet euch vor schönen Frauen und Technik, die die Russen bauen. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Have to bring in a tank over here as well.
Wo brauchen Sie uns?
Surprised how hard they're coming in here.
Wir sind doch keine Fronten.
We've lost this though. But these guys are doing okay. This is a lot of units in a city that we don't need to control.
Erwarten Befehl.
I hope they push forward.
Жду ваших указаний. Одним империалистом меньше. Говорят, эта война будет быстрой.
Stick a stroller in that. That person left the game, Gregory, if you're still listening. So it's the AI controlling that.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Артиллерия ждет приказа. Все рать. Осколочно-фугасным. 6 выстрелов. Огонь!
Ein guter Aufklärer ist einer, den man nicht sieht.
Hütet euch vor schönen Frauen und Technik, die die Russen bauen.
I told you to land before.
Всем залечь. So schnell wir können.
Bereit zur Dekomposition.
День твой, последний приходит. Буржуй.
Ihr Lux. Funküberprüfung. Kommen.
Вижу контакт. По вашему приказу взвод построен. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Оружие на изготовку. Молодец, наводчик.
Sacrificial lambs. There went the building.
Готов к бою.
Противник по курсу. К работе готов.
Товарищ командир. Liegt zum Zielpunkt. Броня на связи. Вперед! Ищем цели! Цель поражена! Ein aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Задним ходом марш!
Thunderbolt coming in.
Прием!
Понял, командир.
Еще бы чуть-чуть! Wo brauchen Sie uns? Готовьтесь, противник.
Go on, Meg.
Проверка связи.
Nice job.
К бою готов.
GTFO? No, you're dead anyway.
Ihr Lux. Funküberprüfung. Kommen.
Жду новых указаний. Сдаем назад. Аккуратно. Жду ваших указаний.
Противник по курсу. К работе готов.
Ура! Не отставать.
That's cluster.
Служу Советскому Союзу.
That's cluster RT again. Fair enough.
Враг в поле зрения.
Transportkommando bereit.
Пилот getroffen. Es geht nicht
The AI is moving that.
Multiplizieren.
Interestingly.
Готовы вдарить, товарищ командир. Ищем цель. Огонь по готовности. Враг в поле зрения. К бою готов. Все ранены. Жду ваших указаний.
Come on, let's kill an Abrams.
На связи. Наводчик. Новая цель.
Range him because my missiles.
По курсу. К работе готов.
Missiles, of course, have to hit. My RT's coming in as well. There we go. Stunned him down.
Новых указаний.
Come on, get the hit with a missile.
Экипаж.
Nice. Smoked. He's dead, though. He's dead, though. I think.
Оружие на изготовку.
On the stroke, he got wrecked, bless him.
Sind unterwegs. Ende.
По местам. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Хорошо горит.
Your warrior coming in.
Короткими перебежками.
Come on, Igla, make me proud.
Так держать, бойцы!
Oh, yes.
Прием!
Igla made me proud. Well done, Igla. Heavy hogs coming in there. Should we have some more AA in this area? We're winning the rest of the map, though. That's more the important thing. As long as we're holding here. I mean, 2 people from their team pushed this side. And I don't really understand why, because there's no points here. But it does force us to defend it. Because they can come around the back and cut off our supply lines. But this has gone anyway. 2 of them hit that very hard.
Болванка в танк ударила! Боекомплекта больше нет!
You can retreat away from the Leo.
Враг в поле зрения.
What have I got for something to kill that? I do have an AT. I'm going to get the AT jet in.
Товарищ командир. Задним ходом марш! Кажется, это не наши.
Couple more logistics.
Versorgung kann eingeleitet werden.
Вижу контакт.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure it's worth firing this there.
Да, товарищ командир.
I think there's plenty of defense there, to be honest.
Огонь! Размажьте! Проверить снаряжение.
Sie wünschen, Genosse Hauptmann?
Wir warten auf ein vorbeikommendes Ziel. Da! Остановимся. Громко и четко. Задним ходом марш!
We'll bring in the jet to deal with these tanks when they push again.
Добавим огневой мощи.
These guys are holding okay there.
Враг в поле
Sea Knight is going down. Producer should get it. I can bring in another Igla up here. I think the infantry's doing better at the moment.
Hier. Waffensysteme scharf und in der Luft. Ende. Feind gesichtet.
Try and get this Abrams. I'll probably lose this jet, but I should get the Abrams.
Поворачивай! Поворачивай!
Auf wen haben Sie es ab? Wir sind doch keine Frontlinientruppen.
Кажется, это не наши.
It missed both its missiles.
Есть цель, командир. Machen wir den Himmel frei! Слушаю, товарищ командир. Даем назад. Аккуратно.
How disappointing.
Wir wurden aufgeklärt. Ja, und deutlich. Впереди противник. Нам поворачивать?
Царица полей, слушай.
Come on, Igla.
Одним империалистом меньше.
Antwort, Passatka. Wurde aufgeklärt.
Come on, SU-22. Can we hit the Abrams this time, please?
Schaffen es nicht. Fliege zum
Nope,
Sektor.
because we lost eyes on. Never mind.
Passatka. Bereit zum Angriff.
And you died. Yeah, I'm having bad games tonight. I'm having bad games tonight. I'm just not playing well at all myself either. Oh dear. At least we won one. I was doing so well last week, and this week I'm just playing really badly. Everyone has fled the server. Why? Oh! I just got kicked from the server. My computer is too slow to play the game, apparently. Alright then. Did everyone get kicked from lots of games? Because there's no games with many people in. That was weird. Fair enough, Gregory. Yeah. It's not as good. Last week was really good. This week, not so much. Not having good games this week. We had lots of really good games, and I was playing very well last week, but I'm clearly not in the zone today. I just seem to be losing lots of units. Some days you're just not in the right frame of mind to play well, sadly. Oh yeah, you need to have loads of infantry. And ATGMs. Any all map servers? All maps tactical? All maps tactical? Anything ending soon? Fighting, in deployment, fighting. No. Are there less all map servers suddenly? Maybe some of the servers crashed. Because there aren't many showing up there. I mean, the only one with anyone in is another Twin Cities game, I guess. Yeah, forward deployment makes a huge difference if you're going into a city situation on a map like that. Massive difference. Well, due to the fact there's a lot less people online this week again, let's just hop in the Twin Cities one. And if we lose, we lose. We've won one on this. Phoenix, I've dropped you an invite if you're there. If anyone wants in, we are in UGen 23, Twin Cities 10v10. I have asked for them to do more all maps 10v10s. This one's filling up fairly quickly at least. I am going to switch to the 35th. I missed my 35th. More forward deployment. Although, that said, you know what? No, I'm going to stick with Berlin. I'd like to have a good game on this map with Berlin Command. Not Berlin Command. Berliner Gruppierung. Was about to start. We were full. We can just get people to stay and not leave. That's better. Okay, other side of the map this time. Other side of the map. I'm going back to the town because I hate myself. I don't get many forward deployment troops. But I will take what I get. We have full points this time though. A couple of Strellas and some recon. And some more recon there. So these guys will try and get in these buildings. You are going to try and get in that building there. I hope someone else comes to this town with infantry. Otherwise I'm just going to get mullered. Right, let's take... 30mm grenade launchers. And... Sapri... Pioneer AGI, Metis. Try and get in at the back here. I'm hoping someone will bring in something over here. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. Completely forgot. Distracted by putting stuff down. You haven't missed anything. I've put down my forward deployment stuff there. Not too much. Some recon, some FS Jaeger, SPG 9s. And I'm going to attempt to get into these buildings. Same as last time. Bless me. And then this one slightly further over here. And then in the back... I've got some more infantry coming in. My concern is I'm going to be the only person going there with infantry. Those guys are sending something over here, I think. Phoenix, if you're bringing tanks, I'd send them to Ivan or possibly between Ivan and Fedor, but I wouldn't send them into Fedor. They're just going to get wrecked. I just see you putting them down at that side, so just don't know where you're planning to send them, that's all. But make sure you don't send them into the city. I've kept a few points because I'm thinking I might have to call in Uragan and fight fire with fire if the artillery just starts raining down. What I should do, I'm spending my points on some resupply. Because I didn't last time and it would have come in handy having some pretty early on. And it is quite a long way to get from the back to this city. There we go. So the arty comes in. Where's it dropping? Okay, that's fine. Helo rush. Hopefully just Helo infantry. It's alright. They're going to outposition us at the start. That's alright.
An dieser Position abgesessene Kampfweise. Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an.
Sharpshooter and all of these guys push forward except for the Strela.
Sollen wir wen mitnehmen?
One of you guys in there, one of you guys in there. You guys are going to deploy here. You guys are going to deploy there. Nice job. You guys got in there. Let's bring in some more lettuce. Lettuce can push up. SPG-9's doing the work. Let's get the sharpshooter into that building a bit further forward. And the Jaeger can go in there with them. I want to get in Sapori over here. And Matsuchin. SAS over there. 30mm grenade launchers opening up on them. That's good. Where's my supply? See how long stuff takes to get to the front when you... That was the supply I called in at the start. Where's my other Alpha Clara? There they are. I'll be careful with that, Phoenix. And here comes the Buratino. I need more logistics soon as well. I'm just calling a constant stream of logistics. Pull back into that for now. AGI get in there, Sapri get in there. I want 2 of these. And I want 2 more of them. I think I lost infantry in here when the chopper exploded. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And probably need my arty in again to hit these buildings and flatten them. We are forcing them out. I'm not sure this munitions vehicle will get in easily. Well, you do have line of sight on that. Thank you for bringing in a command, Morlock. I just realised we didn't have a command in here. Get the ATGM across there. Well, kind of an ATGM. I need some more AA up here, don't I? Let's get some Iglas in, because they're better in general. These guys deployed here. Metis over there. And this Metis in here. That side... Hopefully they just stay defensive. If they start coming over here, I'll be worried. Another SPG-9. They're proving quite useful at the moment. Don't really want to move my Alpha Clara up because there's not a lot of cover there. Maybe I can get the sharpshooter in here if I turn off his weapons. Maybe he'll get in there and give me some better eyes on. SPG can push in there. You guys will deploy here and push up. lost my recon. That's annoying. Bombers coming in here. Oh, good. What good timing for these munitions to arrive. Considering all the counter bombing. Oh, that's alright. We survived that. Those guys didn't. Oh, that's all my recon gone. Crap. That must be like four rocket artillery pieces that fired there, because they fired there, there, and then here. That is a lot of artillery. Try and bring a chopper in at the back. How, if there's only two of you there, how have we not taken everything else? I'll try and push this point, dude. I've just lost a lot of infantry, though. But I will attempt to push this point.
Transportkommando bereit. 9 Einsatzraum. Sterbestand ausgebraucht. Noch 100. Nach Fertig. Hier rein. Korridor, Joho. Logistikkommando steht zu Ihrer Verfügung. Auf Empfang. Sprung auf. Marsch, Marsch.
Push these guys up, push these guys up. Push these guys up.
Wir sind Ihre Augen- und Ohrengenosse. Die Nachschussspinner. Zu Befehl, Kommandant.
Here comes the arty again. They have a lot of rocket arty back there. We have so much stuff clustered in the middle. I hope they can push.
Противник по курсу, к работе готов.
Движение на горизонте!
Sammeln, Befehlsausgabe.
Almost there here. Sharpshooter needs to be up here. SPG-9 can push up. That SPG-9 is firing. Alpha Clara. Alpha Clara can push up here. Yeah, Z is going to come over there. You probably need to retreat, but you can go in there instead. You're going to get in there. Suchin, you guys push up there. 30mm grenade launcher stays where it is. You push up to that building. Sapri coming in. HE bomber coming in here. Going for this building. He's going to get some kills. Yeah. You need to pull back. So you can push up. I've got plenty of cash. Here comes the artillery again. Let's bring a couple of choppers in and Sapri and A couple of those guys. It's my money spent again.
Transportkommando bereit.
Let's move fast down there and get rearmed.
Transportkommando bereit.
Rand, he's heading over there. Sharpshooter, get in this building instead. Of Clara, get up here. Nice job. Push the AA up, push all these guys up. Metis are repaired so they can push up as well. You guys push up to there. Grenade launcher can push up to this building. This PG-9, get in this one. There's the command at the back. Anyone has RT. I grenaded it. Never mind.
Nachschub ist nicht alles, aber alles ist ohne Nachschub nichts. Wird ausgeführt. Ende.
I think it's now time we brought in some proper AA, so let's get a book in here. And a cub. Very expensive AA, but just to stave off those bombers. Because obviously that's what they're going to keep hitting us with. We just need to try and hold the point, I guess. We have a lot of stuff here as well for a city that's not really doing anything. I'm going to try and come across to the right to help once we've secured this. Although I am concerned they're pushing on the left there as well. They will have a job getting back into this point, I think, is the main thing right now.
Sie wünschen, Genosse Hauptmann? Anhalten, wir warten hier. Logistikkommando steht zu Ihrer Verfügung. Sie brauchen einen Versorgungspunkt.
Кажется, это не наши. Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Противник по курсу к работе готов.
Fine, I think we're okay here, so let's go and help at the other side.
Красная армия всех сильней. Eins aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Korridor, Joho. Противник по курсу к работе готов.
What we got over here then? So, mixture of infantry and everything else.
В поле зрения.
Get my choppers across there.
Sind schwer bewaffnet und bereit für etwas Panzerschutz.
Okay, now I want. I'll come and attack this shit here.
Противник по курсу к работе готов. Оттуда пешком. Враг в поле зрения.
Could try pushing that back point, I guess, but I don't have many vehicles. It would just be infantry across open ground. Let's get T8B in here. Metis.
Das geht nicht gut aus. Враг в поле зрения.
Yeah, we have so much stuff there. This is not good. If you're ever on this map, this city, it has no point. You can defend this point, but you need to be pushing elsewhere as well. That city, unfortunately, isn't like a point that can be capped. Morlock is just going for it. He's crazy.
Готов к бою. броня. Цель обнаружена.
Just Bradley Recon in there.
Второй взвод готов.
Alright then. Well, I can only send infantry up, but... Did my choppers go down? Yeah, probably. I wasn't watching them.
Ein guter Aufklärer ist einer, den man nicht sieht.
Коридор, йо-хо. Готов к выполнению боевой задачи.
Nachschub ist schon unterwegs.
So, this side.
Двигатель работает. Мы ждем. Выгружу вот там. Es hat mich erwischt, verdammt! Es hat mich erwischt! Оружие на изготовку.
Getting hit with a lot of artillery at this side as well.
Враг в поле зрения. Красная армия всех сильней. Jederzeit gefechtsbereit. Machen wir den Himmel frei. Sammel, Befehlsausgabe. Осторожно, противник рядом.
I mean, this is completely mental. I'm running infantry across open ground. This is not how to play, guys. This is like really, really crazy.
Wir haben Verluste.
Holen Sie das Fernglas raus. Проверка связи. Прием. Сделаем, товарищ командир. Ziel neutralisiert, Genosse Kommandant. Выполнению боевой задачи готов.
I got tanks back there.
Im Laufschnitt, Marsch, Marsch. Systemüberprüfung abgeschlossen. Einsatzbereit. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Нас здесь всех перестреляют. У нас потери. На связи. Понял. Меняю позицию. Отбой. Выходим на рубеж спешивания. Жду приказа.
There's an AMX-10 in here, which is probably going to kill me.
Я ранен. Долетался. Жду ваших указаний. Громко и четко.
I'm going to send him on, moving down this way. Try and chase after it. It moves faster, though.
Еще бы чуть-чуть. Кажется, нам конец.
So much arty.
Мы готовились к этому дню. Саперный взвод построен и ждет приказа. Так держать, бойцы! У нас потери!
Wir bewegen alles. Sie wünschen, Genosse Hauptmann?
Хорошо, Гарри! Einen Vorteil bereit machen. Kampfbereitschaft herstellen. Так держать, бойцы! Проверите
RPO got... My units got wrecked. I did manage to kill that...
Отбой!
I did manage to kill that, though, so that's good.
Враг в периметре. Караул в ружье.
But we're just massively outnumbered here.
Feindkontakt. Waffen scharf.
Infanterie bereit.
Poor RPO.
Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Getting across open ground. All these units. What are they doing? Is that a real player? That's got to be someone's left. No, that person is still in the game. What are they doing?
Neue Befehle? Abgesessene Kampfweise. Bewegung, Abstände vergrößern. Sie brauchen einen Versorgungspunkt. Sanitäter! Der Fußbus fährt immer.
Oh, none of that is actually... Oh, that's so frustrating. I hate the fact in this game, all of this from this angle looks like it's cover, but it's not. None of that is cover. No wonder they can see all my units. None of it is cover. They need to change this to yellow or something. Like it's dying or so. They need to change it desperately. It's so stupid. I mean, that is all just moving across random open ground.
Neue Aufträge? Готовы дать жару? Abgesessene Kampfweise. Achtung!
Well, a couple of logistics, try and get him back here. I'll get my tank out here, it's going to be more use. We need to kill that command. Thank you for the warning. It's alright, we can move stuff back to deal with this mess. Yeah, they've got a command in the back corner. Look at where all of our team is. You cannot play this map this way. This is nothing. You're going into nothing. This is horrendously pointless. In the meantime, we've lost all of this, and we've now lost this because I can't be bringing in units here to keep protecting this side because I'm having to bring stuff in over here. Oh, so frustrating. If anyone who is playing here watches this VOD at any point, this is not how you play the game. We managed to push them out of here, but we need a command in here quickly. I'll just bring one in. Good, someone's taking out that. Command. It's got to be one of these guys. See, but now, because I've had to pull stuff to the back of the point, I'm not got this side covered.
Города берет не кто-то. Города берет
I'm trying to be in like 4 places at once right now.
готов к бою. На связи.
Yeah, there's challenges and all sorts coming in here.
Gib mir Mobil.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an.
I mean, I'm being hit by Challenger Mark IIs, and none of my ATGMs were in position because I had to come to this side.
Товарищ командир.
I lost my AA.
Готов.
I've called a command in for that side, Stal, at the very far side, but there's I need to redirect over here because we are getting wrecked.
Wasserbereit. Ziel zerstört. Neues Ziel auf dem Radar. Es hat Uli erwischt. Sag ihm. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Куда летим? Вылетаем.
Второй взвод готов. Neues Ziel auf dem Radar. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
What's that jet doing? Oh, just evac then. Useless.
Слушаю, товарищ командир. Motor läuft. An alle. Funkprüfung. Neues Ziel auf dem Radar. Визуальный контакт с противником.
Okay, back to +4. That's a nice change. Let's get this up here. You need rearming. We need to try and do something over here.
Готов.
They got a lot of tanks there.
Über. Тишина в эфире. День твой.
Try and push up the T80.
Буржуй. Фюрзуй вахту мунитион.
I mean, I always expected them to take this back, to be honest, so I'm not surprised by that.
Движение на горизонте. Поехали уже. Оружие на изготовку. По нам стреляют.
That's neutralized.
Цель обнаружена.
If this swarmed this way, they'd annihilate center.
Товарищ командир.
I really want to be able to leave this side alone and focus on the other side.
Просим помощи. Как слышно? В этот раз дойдем до Ла-Манша. Это маневренная война.
An dieser Position abgesessene Kampfweise.
Врача!
Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle.
Вперед! Огонь с коротких!
If we can get some arty on this area, that'd be good.
По нам стреляют!
Bring another T64. I'm not surprised your game's lagging, to be fair. It's always quite busy on this map.
Проверка связи. Прием. Боекомплекта больше нет!
You pull back to get repaired. In fact,
Готов к выполнению боевой задачи.
let's bring this over.
Экипаж танка к бою готов. Сдаем назад.
And Leo there.
Aufgerüstet und bereit für den Kampf. Hier Boris 1. Feind erkannt.
I think we should be able to push this. Phoenix is coming as well.
Kontakt. Waffen scharf.
We just need to get into a solid position here and try and hold this side.
Полиция, полиция, слушай.
I think it's going to be really difficult though, because we're going to have to deal with a lot of Tanks coming in here. Apaches are getting slapped at that side.
Саперный взвод готов. Fight contact.
So much stuff there. My T-80B is useless right now.
Gebassel, auf Empfang. Feindkontakt.
Go, Stal, you got this. You got this, Stal. Because I'm not going to be able to hold the other side for much longer if he sends all those tanks down. T-64 has arrived. Bringing my Strela up front. Careful with your T-80UDs. Side shots. Side shots. They got lots of ATGMs. Cluster coming in. You need to... Yeah, you don't push with those tanks. He's lagging, so he won't even realise. It's not safe because unfortunately Toolshed hasn't managed to clear that area. That's why I haven't moved out of the tree line. Two rather expensive losses. Nasty. Seeing choppers at the back. Napalm coming in. Kill that hot 2, please. Come on, hit it. No. Oh, that's the T-64 dead. Oh, I'm surprised that survived. He's going to reverse all the way back. The problem is we just don't have control of that area at all, so we're pinned in. We'll just keep artillerying us to death. I want to kill that command tank, though. I'm bringing in my own artillery. Screw this nonsense. We need to take this. We need this forest so we can push out, because at the minute we're getting shot on the side. At least we've got control of the middle now. Here they come at the top. Yeah, I'm getting pummeled. I am going to need help. They're just sending a wall of tanks in. I can't just stop that. They're going to pile drive straight through this point. Because I do not have anything to deal with that. Because I've been spending points on the other side of the map. Look at all of these units in that city. There's nothing in that city. Why are you all there? What is wrong with you people? Look at it all. Dear God. We're getting absolutely smashed, and these guys are sitting throughout this city, which means nothing.
Готовьтесь, противник замечен. Сильное сопротивление! День твой последний приходит, буржуй! По местам!
Feindkontakt! Waffen scharf! Впереди противник. Нам поворачивать?
Врача!
Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle.
На связи. Хорошо горит. Сдаем назад. Аккуратно. Товарищ командир. Проверка связи. Прием. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Neuer Kampfauftrag, Genosse?
Сверим часы. Впереди смотрю. Громко и четко.
Can repair on him there.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Schützenrudel.
Yeah, GI charge through there.
Der ist hinüber.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
Korridor, Joho. Fünfte Kompanie bereit. Осторожно, противник рядом.
Экипаж танка к бою готов. Вперед! Огонь с коротких! Движение на горизонте!
Neue Befehle, Genosse Unterfeldwebel.
Oh, this is just a slog of a game. This is just unpleasant. I mean, I can't guarantee I'm going to keep it spotted, but I'll try my best. If he dies, he dies. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to be able to push that side. I need to do something about this side.
Еще бы чуть-чуть! Назад! Назад!
outside's just going to have to be as it is. Oh, we're getting artillery to smithereens again. Go. I don't understand why Toolshed isn't pushing up here. He's pretty much just sat here for most of this game. But he seems to have a lot of units here. Another artillery. I'll see where my AGI get to. I'm just curious why he's not budging. I'm bringing in reinforcements now. Oh, they managed to kill my command in here. Not really surprised. Okay, we will bring my command in. A new command. So there's something back there. Let's kill that leopard. In fact, even better, kill the gepard. Finally, they've pushed into there at least. That's good. So we're +6. Maybe asking them to move did work. Is that people on our team or their team leaving their team? A bit of infantry in there. Let's send the tanks over to help. Did I lose a tank? I must have lost a T-80 at some point. Oh well. I should say I was surprised. Oh, here come the Vabs.
An dieser Position abgesessene Kampfweise. Выходим на рубеж смешивания. Слушаю, товарищ.
Let's try and get back into these buildings, I guess.
Я dort, Feind dort. Впереди противник. Нам поворачивать. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Красная армия всех сильней. По местам. Боекомплекта больше нет. Броня на связи. Камня на камне не оставим. Движение начал. Противник по курсу, к работе готов.
Command has re-arrived. They're pumping a lot of infantry in here again. Would you two please kill that Milan? Thinking about it. Thinking about it.
Молодец, наводчик. Первый взвод, выдвигаемся. Товарищ командир. Сдаем назад. Аккуратно. Наводчик, новая цель. Вижу контакт. Кажется, нам конец. Нужны боеприпасы!
You.
Осторожно. Противник рядом.
Ох, и зря они это начали! Слушаю, товарищ командир.
Und noch einen Leichensack.
Заряжен! К бою готов! Вешал быстрей! Громко и четко! Сдаем назад! Аккуратно! Оружие на изготовку! Далеко еще!
Infanterie bereit.
Служу Советскому Союзу!
How are we doing over here? Holding, just. I don't have any of my grenade launchers left though, do I? Which are pretty useful for this area. No. Bring a little more infantry in.
Проверить снаряжение!
Push these guys up. Oh well, we won. We won. That was a horrendous slog though. At least they eventually moved all that stuff in the middle. I mean, he got an amazing score, look. That guy who was in the middle. Amazing score. But we just didn't control most of the map for that. I think that could have been finished a lot faster. But yeah, that was a rough game. Tonight has been a lot of rough games, and I am going to call it there as a result. I'd usually maybe play till for another half an hour, but no, it's been rough games tonight. I haven't enjoyed it as much as I have the last couple of weeks. So we will not be doing another one, I'm afraid. It's quite enough for one night. But yeah, it was quite laggy, I think, probably for a lot of people because of the big buildings being collapsed on that map. There's quite a lot of buildings, especially when you have that many units, Phoenix. So it is just one of those things. Let's go and raid the lovely Vulcan, as we usually do end up doing. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you very much for Grigory, who very kindly subscribed with his Prime again. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you all soon.